As the year 2016 comes to a close, Hollywood has given us an unforgettable year of film. Now you can look at it as a good or a bad thing, your choice. Still, for this lover of film, here are the top 10 worst films of 2016. Now there is no sign of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. I thought that was fine. I even liked the extended cut. At number 10, Ghostbusters. This was the most watched and most hated trailer of the year. Now I know why. No blame to the cast, but the blame is squarely on Amy Pascal, who greenlit this for Sony. The first 45 minutes were actually humorous, but then it collapsed under its foundation with bad jokes, snail pacing, and an ending that brings new meaning to CGI overload. Also, the original cast looked bored and was looking for an exit. I had a poster before the viewing. After that, it was tossed in the trash, ripped up. At number 9, it saddens me that the talented Melissa McCarthy is on this list back to back. The Boss. This clearly shows that working with your husband is not always the best idea. Director Ben Falcone shows his inept and messy vision, again with this unfunny mess that wastes a great cast that is trapped in bottom-of-barrel jokes, a fight involving beating up children, and a howler of an ending that makes you quit and head to the exit. At number 8, once again our childhood is pummeled again with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I actually like the first one as an action-packed nostalgic fest. The only thing I could say is I like the Turtles. Everything else is skewered. They turned Casey Jones into a former hockey player to a corrections officer who wears his faint mask for 10 seconds. Poor Stephen Amell. And Tyler Perry gives the worst performance of the year with Dr. Baxter Stockman. How do you mess that up? And the action is a CGI mess. I won't say turtle power, but I will say I was shell-shocked. At number 7, Risen. Someone get Law & Order creator Dick Wolf on the phone. There's an unnecessary spinoff called Law & Order AD. This tells the story of Jesus Christ through the point of view of Pontius Pilate. With a story like this, it should have been inspiring. Instead, it is shot like a police procedural and slogs along for 110 minutes, and we don't see Jesus Christ, played by Cliff Curtis, until the final half hour. So say a few Hail Marys, go to confession if you sat through Risen like I did. At number 6, I thought Kevin Hart would have learned by now. His bad film choices continue with the generically unfunny Central Intelligence. It achieved the impossible by taking Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson out of his comfort zone, playing a former fat kid who was bullied and now works for the government. He asked for help from his friend played by Hart, and I pretty much looked at my watch for about 20 times after this mess that shoehorned its own plot, action scenes, and worst of all, an anti-bullying message. Are you laughing yet? Because I didn't. Following up with back-to-back stinkers at number 5 is Heart with Ice Cube again and Ride Along 2. I despise the first one with its blatant ripping off of better action comedies and generic action. This took sequelitis to a new high by blatantly ripping off sequels such as Lethal Weapon 2 and Bad Boys 2, to the point where they mimic Joe Pesci from the Lethal Weapon franchise, and the story is set in you know what, who cares? I just don't want any more ride-alongs. At number 4, Marauders. Wait, what movie? This is a crime film that stars Adrian Grenier, Dave Bautista, Christopher Maloney, and Bruce Willis. Wait, I said that right. Bruce Willis, who is in full sleepwalk mode, playing a banker whose bank is robbed by a group of high-caliber thieves. It's up to a group of FBI agents to stop the robberies from continuing. Instead, this heads into unintended hilarity, thrown in conspiracy theories, terribly filmed action, and an ending that will make you throw tomatoes at the screen. Bruce, buddy, just greenlight Die Hard 6 and get out of direct-to-DVD hell. Speaking about that, at number 3, The Purge election year. My question is, who greenlit this trash? The first one was okay, even though it was a generic home invasion thriller and the worst ending of 2013. The second was inept in every single fashion that led to an ending that left me annoyed. They always say that the third one is the worst. How right they are. The acting borderlines on career suicide. The plot is ridiculously stupid. The action is pointless, and once again, the ending is completely pathetic and patronizing. This got my lowest grade, which is an F. At number 2, 50 Shades of Black. Let me say this, that Keenen Ivory Wayans and Damon Wayans are the creative talents of the family. Marlon Wayans continues to cement himself as the Stephen Baldwin of the Wayans brothers. What was he thinking? This should have been easy, a walk in the park to rip on 50 Shades of Grey. Instead, it throws every bottom-of-the-barrel joke, pratfalls, and inept filmmaking skills it could think of. What's worse is that he has his own NBC pilot, Marlon, premiering soon. Lord help us. Now we come to the worst movie of the year, the absolute trash pile. Number 1 is the worst film of Robert De Niro's career, Dirty Grandpa. The first 60 seconds of this movie show a sweet side to the lead characters, and then they speak. I kid you not, every character in this movie has something to say that involves male or female genitalia, sex, and homophobia. There is one scene that borders on being a pedophile that is used for laughs. Poor Zac Efron. The acting is the definition of doing it for the money. For 85 minutes, my face never moved. I was stone-faced from beginning to end through this sloppily directed, offensive, dumb, brainless, inept film. This is a movie that deserves a grade below an F. Whew. We got through it. The top 10 worst films, and never do I have to mention these again. Now, if you have any comments or you want to give your top 10, please comment below. In Chicago, Jake Turner, IMS Entertainment.